At a conference of the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, the Union Finance Minister said, "May I at the outset congratulate Mr. Black on his extremely thought-provoking address in introducing the annual report of the bank. I am sure I am voicing the sentiments of all of you when I say that the International Bank has been playing an increasingly significant and vital role in world economic development, and that we owe a debt of gratitude to those who have been in charge of the affairs of the bank, and in particular to its president, Mr. Black, for his stewardship of the institution over the last several years. The year under review has been one of marked improvement in the basic economic of member countries, and this fact is reflected in the working of the bank. The total amount of loans this year exceeds the annual average so far reached. There have at the time been striking innovations in the type of loans given. I refer in particular to the loan to the Bank of Netherlands to enable it to maintain its lending to the Dutch industry, and to the general purpose loan to Iran to enable her to finance her 7-year development plan. There is yet another reason why I feel gratified at the working of the bank. Last year, Mr. Black was able to report that the lending to Asian countries was more than in any other continent. That performance has been kept up this year. What is satisfactory about this performance is not so much the amounts involved as the fact that these countries were able to present more and more projects, the economics of which were sound enough to pass the careful scrutiny of the bank. My own country, India, has now advanced to the position of being the bank's biggest borrower. And if I may, I would like to assure Mr. Blank and my colleagues at this conference that we shall endeavor to justify the confidence which the bank has thus shown in the soundness of our development programs. The increasing role played by the bank in India and in other underdeveloped countries is a matter of great significance to us, as it indicates that we have begun at last to break away from the spell of stagnation. We in India are interested in yet another activity of the bank, the efforts made by the bank in bringing together borrowing countries and private bodies in the industrially advanced countries. There is, and for quite a long time to come will continue to be, a large field of developmental activity in which directed bank loans will be necessary. But I am sure it will be generally agreed that it is a development in the right direction for the bank to assist the deficit countries in establishing direct contacts with international capital markets. In this connection, I recognize the desire of the bank to keep in close touch with progress made in countries like India, not merely by studying from time to time individual projects, but also by keeping itself informed of government policy and of commercial and industrial programs as these get formulated and worked out. And I, for this reason, welcome the decision to appoint a resident representative in India. We welcome it all the more because of the particularly felicitous choice of the person who is not only well known to official and business circles in India, but those friendship and sympathy for our efforts is informed by frank and understanding advice. Sir, the problems of development will be with us for many years to come. In a way, the very fact that some progress has been made in many underdeveloped countries makes it even more imperative to ensure that the momentum gathered is sustained. For the first time in many decades, the masses in India and elsewhere have witnessed some improvement, and this has awakened in them new wants and a new desire for higher levels of living. It is in this context that the remarks made by the President on the general problem of of development are particularly relevant. We in India are experiencing in large measure the types of difficulties incidental to a growing economy to which Mr. Black referred, but a slackening effort or a perceptible reduction of the targets which we have set ourselves in regard to raising the living standards of our people within a measurable distance of time would create serious political problems.